Hey friends!
What
Skip and Beth here tonight.
8 p.m. sharp.
It is 8 p.m. in the
'Cause
evening
we're live,
here.
So I can't lie to you about that.
We are on time, live, on time.
On time. That's us. I'm advertising for DeWalt. They are not a sponsor. DeWalt, if you'd love to pay to sponsor us, we have like 2 or 3 followers.
Skip Heart's Tools.
I do Heart Tools.
I guess you can't really say that with modern lingo. I hate why they take away good words like tools.
They can't take my words away.
You can still have that word.
I can have that word.
Yes. You like power utensils.
Power utensils, come on. That's worse.
You are such a power utensil, my love.
Oh my gosh. And then you used it in the wrong way.
Alright, I'm wearing glasses tonight because my husband thinks the sexy librarian look is a good look.
Yeah.
So, you're welcome for that.
I think I've done that in every episode now.
It's pretty much what you do every day.
I think you're hot.
Our kids want to burn out their eyeballs at dinner every night because you do that.
They've literally said that. I'm going to burn out my eyeballs now.
Well, there's more to that story. We'll share some more stories from last night's dinner, but we'll do it a little bit later.
Sweet.
A little bit later.
Looking forward to it.
Yes.
So how'd your day go?
My day was interesting and fabulous and not fabulous all at the same time. So we've had a long week with the kids not wanting to. Here's how the week has gone. Like, Skip will come home from work and he's like bebopping. He comes in from his car and he's like singing. He's like, oh, it's the God of miracles. Oh, God is so good. Miracles are happening everywhere. And I'm like, oh yeah, well, I'm glad you're home because we need a miracle in your own house because your kids are so crazy. So.
I've had a pretty wild week. I've had a really huge God moment this weekend, and it's just kind of flowed right through. So she's right, I have been coming home singing and bebopping around and having a pretty good week.
Yeah, and I was saying, oh my gosh, come and rescue me. Your children are crazy. So, yeah. But that's okay. We had a big talk with the kids tonight and said, we love you. We love you so much. Now, let's all get on the same page. We're going to clean this house tomorrow. We're going to do our schoolwork with a good attitude.
Yeah, we are.
All right. Well, how about if we do a secret topic?
Secret topic? You going first?
I think I should, unless you have a secret topic that's urgent.
No, go ahead.
All right. So, Skip is always trying to convince me to live on a boat. Is this your secret topic?
What?
See? We are totally connected. It's Valentine's month. And so, here's the deal. Skip thinks it's a wonderful idea for us to live on a boat. He's been trying to convince me for years.
Romanticized that forever. I've said it many times. If I could get Beth to live on a sailboat, I would.
So we've followed Bumfuzzle, the blog where these people actually sold all their stuff and went on a sailboat around the world.
Bumfuzzle is not one of our sponsors either, but if you'd like to go over to bumfuzzle.com, it's a very interesting read. I'm not sure if they post on there anymore.
I don't know. They've done really cool
really
stuff.
Neat blog about
like they
traveling
took
on a
sailboats
sailboat,
around,
traveling on
and they took a VW bus and did a driving tour. So anyway, Skip's been trying, I don't know, probably 10 years.
Before Sophia was born.
Wow, that's a long time.
So yeah,
to get me to live on a boat, and I keep saying it's not practical. Well, not only do I get seasick, but it's just not practical with a family.
She'd only be seasick for the first week, and then she get her sea legs.
So I said, no, some kids need some grass and stuff. And so then last week he goes, well, look at this article. This guy built a full-size replica of a pirate ship.
Amazing.
What if we live on a pirate ship? Would you live on a full-size pirate ship?
Not only did it have all the sails, and it looked like a pirate ship from Pirates of the Caribbean movie or something, but it also had like all the amenities. Yeah, like the diesel engine and, refrigeration, all the cool stuff.
So comment below, have you ever thought about living on a sailboat? Would you ever live on a sailboat? So I've always said, no way am I ever going to live on a sailboat. And then he said, you want to live on a pirate ship? And
I was like, me matey, I could do these Facebook Lives and
he just talked
full
me out
pirate
of it.
voice.
He talked me out of it. Do you guys guys remember when you used to be able to change your language on Facebook to pirate? I don't think you still can. Do you remember that? Wasn't that on Facebook?
I remember that, but I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, it would say like the funniest things. It would talk in pirate language.
No, it was just Siri, wasn't it?
I don't know. Something was hilariously in pirate. But you talking in pirate is not hilarious. My kids doing nonstop pirate jokes.
Awesome.
So my thought was if we actually were on a pirate ship, we would probably get more attacked by pirates more often. We're sailing the Caribbean. We're like this just...
I think we'd get attacked less. People would be like, whoa, those are real pirates.
Family.
We need to stay away from that shit. We'd have no friends. Like, we would try to make friends with other sailors, and they'd be like, get away from us.
I saw that movie with Tom Hanks, so I'm pretty sure I'm the captain now.
Yeah.
I think we could handle the pirates.
I thought you were talking about Castaway.
Oh, that one too. See, the hits just keep on coming.
That was on an airplane, though, not a boat.
Tom Hanks has effectively talked me out of being any kind of sea vessel person.
There you have it. Thanks, Tom.
Good job, Tom Hanks. I almost said Tom Cruise. See,
So,
Tom Cruise hasn't talked us out of anything.
so living on a pirate ship with multiple floors, big, huge ship, awesome, everything would be incredible. So that's what I'm hoping to happen one day. Us living on a pirate ship. I used to be a sailboat, now it's a pirate ship. So one day, if you guys see me sailing around the world on a pirate ship with Beth and the kids, I'd like to get an eye patch too, but I couldn't imagine having one eye blocked all the time. So I'd have to get one that's like a sunglass eye patch so I can see through it.
So basically, Sophia wants to get like glasses where they're just glass. And so she can just be... So basically, you're just a family of posers. That's what we're getting at.
No, I'm going to live on a pirate ship.
Patch.
Yeah.
She wants fake glasses.
I'm going to saw my leg off from the knee down so I can have a peg leg.
No,
now who's a poser? Call me a poser again. I'll saw my leg off.
Live on Facebook Live. Hi, Crystal. Hi, Chrissy. We've got some friends on here. So we're talking... Think about and comment below if you would ever live on a sailboat or a modern pirate ship. So the homeschool mom and me is kind of open to the idea of living on a full-scale pirate ship.
It would be awesome.
Letting our kids unfurl the sails and swab the decks.
It's even better than a sailboat because most modern sailboats don't have a lot of deck space, but pirate ships have the huge areas on top for the deck. So I think
scurvy. I mean, that's what pirates
scurvy. Unbelievable. So we wouldn't have scurvy because we'd be eating plenty of proteins and vegetables.
I told Skip. Okay, if we live on a pirate ship, could we go ahead and have, like, on the top deck, we'll have some vegetable garden beds and stuff. We'll have this whole, like, organic farming thing on the top deck of a pirate ship. Why did they not do that back in the day? They could have just done that. Maybe because fresh water was hard to come by.
No, I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Anyway, they didn't know how to do hydroponics or what's the ones where you use very little water but it lasts forever. It's not hydroponics, that's tons of water.
I don't know.
Anyway, I don't know.
Vince, you're on here. Hi, Vince. Do you know what it's called when they farm without a lot of water? Obviously, we know nothing about farming.
It's called the desert. It's called a cactus.
We could grow some cactus and eat some cactus.
So you actually can eat cactus.
We did go, I took the boys for a haircut yesterday, and the guy that was in the barber chair after Jude.
The barber.
Oh, God. Make it stop. The guy that was in the chair after Jude was a farmer from Indiana that would he farmed 4,000 acres.
Acres.
Oh my God. Wow, everybody just jumped off Facebook Live because nobody wants to hear you talk like that. All right, do it the rest of the time.
Okay.
No, don't do it.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Farm 4,000 acres and...
Also, I am quite concerned about getting boarded by other pirates and stuff. I do think, like, legitimately people are...
That's what the cannons are for.
Cannons. We're saving up now to move into an RV. Oh, Crystal's gonna move into an RV.
We've talked about that too.
A full-time RV family of 6.
Did
hopefully
you just
in a few
so you
months.
can read that?
Yeah.
You have your glasses on and everything.
That I'm excited for. No to living on water. Too scary. These glasses are for far away. Like I said, it's mostly for...
I'm gonna slap, so can I see if I sit up straight? Like, hey,
we don't need the top of your head. We just have your chin. Everybody always teases Skip that he has such a big chin.
It's a superhero chin. It's powerful. Anyway,
our best man before the wedding, they made like a funny video about Skip. So
I injected anyway
to make it look
on from the chin subject.
In order to make it look like Skip, he taped or glued.
Your brother did that.
Danny did.
Yes.
He did a hot pepper on his chin, so it had the chin up like this, just like Skip's chin. Give him a profile, my love. There you go. Look at that hot pepper chin. Ow, ow, ow! Hot pepper.
See how she just said give him a profile and I just did it? Like a dog.
Bark like a dog. A big dog.
Oof, oof. Name that movie and there might be a prize.
What's the prize?
I don't know. There might be.
Golf claps for everybody.
So, anyway.
You have tried to talk me into living in an RV. So, back to Crystal's point. Skip's on a new kick every few months. I have to kind of keep us in focus here.
More so than Beth, I tend to be less is more. So, Beth's tendencies are to collect, which is not a bad thing. But right now she's collecting books. So if you guys have any secrets on where to get the good classic books, like at flea markets or thrift stores, let Beth know. She would love you forever on that. But it obviously have to be local. And then, so anyway, she would collect and gather. And I'm more like, hey, we haven't used this in 6 months.
I don't know. Did we lose you guys? You still there?
No, they're still here. We're still alive.
All right.
So anyway, and I tend to be less. So for me, living on a sailboat or a pirate ship or an RV would be amazing because it literally limits what you can have in a good way. Like you realize, and we've done this. When we moved down to Costa Rica, we basically got rid of everything that we owned except for a couple suitcases and went down. And for me, it was just very freeing. So I have romanticized living in an RV or a sailboat or living in a tiny house and these kind of things. And
Crystal says she just downsized too. So I do think that there's periods of life where we just kind of streamline and we just want to be kind of focused on the things that we find the most important things. And I love the idea of family bonding and stuff, the togetherness, the unity and this kind of RV life.
And as a kid, I remember as a kid growing up, we did have toys and stuff. My parents would get us birthday presents, Christmas presents and stuff just like anybody else. But for me, it was my bike, my wagon, and my football. That's it. If I had those three things, I was happy as anything. So.
Yeah, but one of the things, I don't know, people that live in RVs full time, one of the things we noticed when we were traveling and stuff a lot or living out of the country is that it's hard to just have mail. It's hard to be a grown-up in America and get mail and, get bills and all that kind of stuff and, still be mobile. So I don't know exactly how to do that yet. So if you have tips and suggestions, do it. I'm still looking into that. But, we learned, okay, well, we could get a post office box, but sometimes you need an actual physical address and stuff. So I think that we've kind of decided we really would love to have some kind of home base and
that's the direction
travel.
We're going, yeah.
So that's for us where we're at right now. But Skip follows all these families and stuff, the RV families or these ones that are completely mobile. And so they have jobs that are mobile and it's kind of fun. I would be very interested in seeing the different sites in the country. I would be into that. I would take a period of time where we were seeing all the different sites. But I think I would actually hate the idea of an extended road trip.
I love it.
Okay, when are we going to get there? We've decided.
The other difference in us. I'm very journey and she's very destination.
Yes, I just want to get there. And he's moseying, meandering. Let's smell a few flowers. Let's
sit in the rocking chair at Cracker Barrel rocking chairs for an hour after we eat, before we get back on the road. Let the kids run, those kind of things. So.
Oh, Crystal has a relative. Her mom's house is their home base address. So,
perfect.
Yes, a relative who's willing to get your mail and all that kind of stuff. When we were in Costa Rica, we had Skip's brother checking our P.O. box for us. And then we'd FaceTime, and he'd hold up the mail. Okay, what do you want to do with this? What do you want to do with this? So it got the job done.
Yeah.
So I think pirate ship, Still on the table for now. Not anytime soon.
What?
We have to have a pirate house.
Yeah, and I actually did find one online that someone built and sold, and it wasn't cheap, but it was amazing.
Had nice wood decks.
Yeah, it was several, I think it was 3 stories, so it had bunks. And
it had a real engine.
Yeah, real engine, plus the sails, and all kinds of cool stuff. So, anyway.
Yep, there's probably a way to do it.
So,
all right.
My secret topic.
Do you have a surprise topic, my love?
Surprise topic, I should say. I did have a surprise topic, and my surprise topic was sailboat or pirate ship. And so I'm going to come up with a different one real fast.
Want me to come up with a second one?
Oh, it wouldn't be a secret for you.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to come up, or surprise. It wouldn't be surprise, it's not a secret. It's like, oh, keep a secret from no one. So, my surprise topic, I guess, can be Super Bowl foods.
Oh, yes.
Let's talk about Super Bowl foods.
Please.
The Super Bowl just happened. And for all of you Atlanta Falcons fans,
Skip was feeling your pain. He wanted the Falcons to win as well.
No, well, that's loosely said.
Fine. He doesn't really like the Falcons.
I'm a Bucks fan.
They're in the Bucks division.
Yeah, and the Falcons are in our division, so I don't care for the Falcons at all. There's literally one team that I couldn't root for to win, and that was the Patriots. So when the Falcons lost, and they lost the way they lost, it made it even better. It was really funny for me. So, anyway, back to the food part of the Super Bowl.
Yes, Sharia logged in. Hi, Sharia. Sharia, you're noticing these classes are for seeing far away. I don't actually need them for this, but I was driving home from a coffee date with a friend, and I walked in the door with him, and Skip was so enamored with his hot librarian-looking wife that we decided I would wear them for his benefit tonight. So, excuse the glare. Hello, hot librarianness.
That's what I'm talking about.
So, Super Bowl foods.
I'm changing my surprise topic.
One of my favorite things. Make our friends want to die.
All right, Super Bowl foods.
Okay, what do you want to say about them?
So
how cheesy they are.
Cheesy, they are
like
cheesy.
You.
Delicious cheesy. Like I love cheese.
Yes, literally, we went to a Super Bowl party on what's that? I almost said Saturday. Sunday.
I wish it was on Saturday. That'd be awesome.
And one of the girls walked in. She goes, "Oh, that's a lot of cheese," because everything I made had cheese in it.
True story.
But it was delicious.
So,
Skip asked for.
I'm yawning.
Skip asked for jalapeno macaroni and cheese. Is that why you brought this up?
What?
Because you're going to talk.
Oh, no. That's not why I brought this up.
Skip had some jalapeno hotness the day after the Super Bowl.
Unbelievable.
We won't talk about it.
Here's me. No, I'm not going to talk about it. Here's her. Starts to talk about it.
I was just giving them a summary of the event.
Just giving you a summary of Skip's bunghole.
I wasn't going to say that.
Whatever. You might as well. Read between the lines, right? Skip had a super Monday morning in the bathroom, if you know what I mean.
So, Skip asked, "Hey, can you make some spicy macaroni and cheese?"
Not too often where I'm speechless, but...
I was like, sure, I'll make you some spicy macaroni and cheese. So I find a recipe online for rock and roll jalapeno macaroni and cheese.
Delicious.
And I was like, okay, that sounds like fun. So this thing, I did go above and I got jalapenos that were marked hot. And so
which you should if you decide to make it. Might have
been where I went wrong. But it called for an entire jar of jalapenos, sliced jalapenos with all the juice. And so it was incredibly spicy.
It was so good. It wasn't incredibly spicy, I'm sorry. Beth doesn't like spicy food that much. It was perfectly spicy.
Yes.
The only thing I would have adjusted is when she dumped the sliced jalapenos in, I would have liked them chopped, quartered, because the big chunks of jalapeno, if they're in that bite.
And maybe you would have chased it with some Maalox or something. Isn't that what old guys your age, like some kind of Pepto-Bismol?
Old guys my age.
What do old guys like in the thing? They dropped up.
You just said old guys your age, though. Now you're talking about old guys in general. But let's go back to you saying old guys your age.
What's the fizzy disc?
Alka-Seltzer?
Yes. See, you even know the name. Busted.
What are old women your age like? What's those things
They like
called?
to get their nails done.
Where you can't get to the bathroom fast enough. The big, spongy.
Oh my gosh. So,
Hey, we're live.
Thoroughly enjoyed
We
his
will
jalapeno.
not be editing any of this out because we're live.
He enjoyed his jalapeno mac and cheese for about 12 hours, and then we can change the subject if you want.
Make it stop. It's literally what I was saying the next morning. So, anyway, I wanted to compare a few of the Super Bowl foods. No, Beth wanted to compare Super Bowl food Monday morning.
Oh, okay. You wanted to talk about the actual food, not your reaction to it.
Thank you.
Oh, I missed that.
So, since we're there...
Yes, please.
Super Bowl food.
Wait, please don't go there.
I'm not going there.
Okay.
That's your job.
Thanks. I did send my brothers the entire running commentary play-by-play of when we went there, but I won't do that to you guys.
They're so delicious, but there are certain foods that if you eat too much of them, they really upset your stomach.
Oh, they don't need to.
And that's everything that you eat on the Super Bowl. There's like nothing. Nobody brings a salad to the Super Bowl party, right? The closest you get to something healthy is like a celery stick, but you have to dip it in cheese or something.
Yeah,
or chicken
we had the buffalo hot wing dip,
right.
Of course. If you're looking for a recipe, it's called the Monday. What is it called? Monday night hot wing dip.
Every once in a while, someone brings a veggie tray to a Super Bowl party, and then they leave with a wilted tray of vegetables that nobody touches.
Some half-dead broccoli.
Right. So anyway. What I was going to say is
not
the
a
food is
healthy
delicious.
event.
It's not healthy at all.
Yes.
So you have the wings,
Could
you
be.
have, potato skins, which we didn't have this year, but then you have chicken,
We had
buffalo
spinach
chicken
artichoke dip,
spinach artichoke
which was
dip,
delicious,
chips,
also cheesy.
all kinds of stuff.
So we did not make anything super healthy this time.
But
it
like,
was all good.
Literally, I didn't drink anything, but I left the Super Bowl party feeling like, and you get home and you can't hardly sleep because you're so, it's terrible. So, anyway, I love the Super Bowl foods. Need to do it in moderation, I guess.
I think we've decided that Buffalo Hot Wings, what's that called? That place, Buffalo Wings?
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Buffalo Wild Wings. They have good wings. So.
They're pretty good wings. And theirs are, you get the mild the first time. If you're ever going to eat there, if you've never eaten there before, because the mild are pretty spicy. And then, of course, as you go up in the levels, they get pretty hot.
I think I saw Mary Elena last year. She took cauliflower and turned that into buffalo, like a buffalo wing cauliflower. So you can do it with veggies or whatever, but we just didn't.
I do want to try it.
Yeah.
So
Skip actually had to make dinner tonight, which was a painful event for him.
It was terrible.
I had a coffee date with a friend, and so, Skip really doesn't cook, so we can make that the topic for another day.
I do not cook.
Skip does not cook.
Don't want to cook. In fact, before we got married, I just used to eat at other people's houses or restaurants, pizza. And
He only cooked when I was pregnant with Daisy, because otherwise, if Skip didn't cook while I was pregnant with Daisy, we all just would have died. Well, you made tuna fish sandwiches.
Tuna fish, yeah. I learned how to make tuna fish sandwiches. I didn't even grill them, did I?
You toasted the bread. Which we really needed.
Yes. So, that was my topic, uneventful. I was going to talk about pirate ships, but you beat me to it.
See, we're just on the same wavelength there.
Yeah. So.
All right, the connection is weak on the Facebook Live, so let's strengthen that connection up.
Oh, dang.
Let's give it some power. Okay, see? It went into full power mode as soon as you lifted your arms.
Yeah, it did.
Okay, so you want to talk this week. Ready?
Yeah.
We want to talk with you about being joyful on purpose. To cultivate a culture of playfulness in your family. So
something we struggle with.
This. Bonding with the people in your own household. It's important, but it's not something that just happens on its own. You have to be intentional about it.
True story.
Yeah. Skip is naturally adept at it. Skip is naturally like the fun one. Skip's naturally like the one who's going to bounce around or, bebop around the house or whatever. But both of us have a high value. We both love to laugh, and we both love to be, silly with our kids.
For the purpose of this video, Beth will say I'm the one that bounces around and bebops and is those things. But we're not on the video. She calls me immature and childish and her fifth child.
No, I don't. Although you are immature sometimes.
Exactly. It wasn't hard to pull that out of her.
No, you're helpful. I appreciate that you're so cheerful.
Yeah, and it helps. Like, we've really, in our 18 years of marriage, have really gotten a really good flow, with things that she just takes care of and things that I just take care of, and happily, it's not like she's trying to get me to do stuff or vice versa. Like, we kind of have our lanes, and we do really well in those lanes.
So my encouragement to you tonight, something to think about this week is, don't furnish your house and then forget to furnish the atmosphere of your home.
That's
so
good.
Let's make sure that you're actually, whether you live with someone else, you live alone, either way, there is a feeling, there's an atmosphere around you. And we want to encourage you to add joy to that. We want to encourage you to make sure on purpose that you are being playful and joyful, that you're enjoying your life, and that you're creating environment around you where other people are able to enjoy life with you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and I just think the way that, not just being playful and joyful and childlike, but also like the things that you talk about. Like when we talk, we're always, for better or worse, usually for better, trying to find the positive spin on something.
Yes.
I was telling Beth probably 6 or 9 months ago, so long before all this polarized political stuff, that I felt like if the news media, all of them, would just for 90 days do nothing but positive spin on every story that they talked about, that it would literally change our country in a way that the people would have hope again, and but with our 24-hour news cycles, it's like the drama sells, so that's what makes it.
So what you do have control over is your own home, the things that you're broadcasting in your own home. So if your husband comes home from work, if you come home, if your wife comes home from work, then go ahead and focus on the positive points. Go ahead and say, hey, think of the one thing. If you can only find one, bring the one positive story, the one good thing that happened first. And so go ahead and try to focus on, okay, well, how could this be good, and bring goodness out in the midst of these conversations, because it is not joyful or upbeat or, positive to sit there and think about every single negative thing that ever happened, and you're constantly going, well, it's like Debbie Downer, that SNL skit, like, oh, then this happened and that happened. So you're just going to have to be joyful on purpose. You're going to have to choose to find what's good. You're going to have to just choose to laugh at things that might not otherwise be funny. You're going to have to go, you know what? We're a family that has fun together, and I'm going to enjoy my life. And so you're going to have to create that in your home, and your kids will follow you. Your husband will join you. Your friends will jump on board, because it's fun to be around fun people. So choose to be a fun person, whether or not you've always been like that, or if you used to be like that and you've let it slip away, or, if you've never ever been like that, it's still a choice. You can choose to be fun. You can choose. So I would definitely encourage you to think about the atmosphere in your home. Put on some music that is uplifting or beneficial to yourself, and tell stories that build each other up, or bring positive things into the conversation. When you have fun together, you're actually building friendship equity in the relationship. So if Skip and I are having fun together, then when we have to go through something stressful, or when we have to talk about the bills, or do something that wouldn't be very fun, then we have an account to withdraw from. And so we're able to actually weather those things better, because we've already established this baseline of, hey, we really like each other and we're really on the same team, so we can get through this, whatever it is. And so we can withdraw from that account. So do that with your kids. Your kids need connection with you. your coworkers need connection with you first. So have this joyful and playful connection where you're smiling at each other and you're telling each other the good things, so that if something negative comes up, then you're able to handle that.
Yeah, and sometimes you just don't feel like it. Like you're just not in a good place. You're not, ready to be joyful for whatever reason. And so sometimes just going through the emotions of being joyful and creating fun, the emotions will follow. And then having said that, though, I don't want to just glaze over the fact that there are times when you can be mourning or sad or hurt. Like there's not a fake thing where you're just going to throw up joy and be like that, Stepford wife, kind of thing. But having said that, when you're in the place of mourning, you lose a relative or something, and it's hard, or a pet or something like that, then all of a sudden you have this mourning, but the landmark, so to speak, is joy still. Like you're able to joyfully mourn. You're mourning because you had connection, because you had joy, because you loved that person, those kind of things.
So laughter is actually medicine, and so it actually helps you weather those moments. So as you guys know, we've lost a child. We've gone through really intense times where we've mourned, and so we did mourn. We let ourselves feel those emotions, but in the midst of that, there were moments where we could, get our head above water and laugh for a couple minutes, and it's kind of a healing thing. So, we're kind of, an irreverent humor at times, or Irish humor or whatever. So we were given some materials from the hospital about how to handle mourning and how to deal with when people come and talk to you after you've lost a loved one. And so it gave this list of things that people will probably say to you that they don't mean to be rude, but it's gonna feel like it hurts when they're saying that to you. Yeah. And so Skip he read it as the Dave Letterman top 10 list. So number 10, there's another angel in heaven things. Now. Right, number 9, right. Oh, don't worry, you'll have another baby. Number 8. And so we were able to laugh in the midst of it. Like we were able to go, oh, this is so ridiculous that all we have left to do is to laugh, because, this hurts so bad. And it pulls our head above water enough to catch a breath of, oxygen that's not just intense mourning, So we were able to mourn. We let ourselves feel that, but we also were able to still move forward. Our heart was able to move forward and still bond and laugh.
And then to make that list even more funny, that top 10 list, we ran into a lady that we knew that had known for years, and she, obviously knew that we lost a child. And she went through the list. She was sitting there trying to comfort me, and I'm sitting here counting the things.
Unwittingly. I mean, it wasn't like sitting there reading the list.
She didn't know anything about us making a joke about the list, and then like 3 days later, she's, saying everything. Like 8 out of 10, yeah, and I was like, and so in my mind, instead of being offended or hurt, I'm like, ding, ding, and I'm like cheering her on in my soul, like, come on, you got 2 more, you can make it.
So laugh. It's good medicine.
It is.
We laugh a lot in our house, and so we have created this atmosphere where our kids can be playful with us, and so it's still in a manner of like it's not out of turn where the kids, joke with us like they would joke with one of their friends, but they are allowed to joke with us. We've made ourselves a safe space for that. So we do laugh a lot. One of the things that we were laughing about yesterday was that Jude and Jonah went and got haircuts. And so I took the kids while Skip was at work to go and get haircuts. And so Skip gets home.
And mind you, Jude's hair was like over his ears and down to his eyes. It was really
months overdue. So then Skip comes home, and he's got this nice short hair. Like Skip's hair is real short now, and it was like that. And Skip goes, "Hey, buddy, did you get a haircut?" And Jude goes, "How'd you know that?"
He's 4, so.
How'd you know that?
Yeah.
And then when Skip goes to put him to bed at night, he said...
Hours later, yeah.
Skip goes, buddy, your haircut looks so cool. And Jude goes, it's still there? Is it going to be there when I wake up in the morning?
It was really funny, so we were just able to laugh about that. And, everything that he was doing with the haircut, like he couldn't believe that it was like, it was almost like he put a hat on. Like he couldn't believe it stayed on. It was going to be there in the morning and stuff. So it was really, really
There's
fun.
so much joy to be found in the moments in life. So if you're able to laugh at it, if you're willing to be light with it, then there is so many funny things to be found in your week. And when things are so bad, sometimes you just have to laugh at like the complete onslaught. It's like, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. I know things are going to get better. So I just want to encourage you in your faith life as well, that you don't want to be so serious for God that you forget that joy is a big part of who He is. So joy is required in a fully developed life of faith. So those are a couple thoughts that I had that, when it talks about who God is and His nature, the fruit of His Spirit, you actually will see joy listed. And so we don't need to be these somber people who everything's so serious and terrible, but we're suffering for Jesus. What we have to realize is that our God is love, and part of His love is joy. So laugh with God. Actually realize that a developed joy life is part of your life with Him. And it's required for you to be mature in the Lord is to understand His joy.
Yeah. That let that sink in for a minute. Joy is required. How do you say that? Joy is required.
In a fully developed life of faith.
In a fully developed life of faith. That's really, really good.
So be mature in the Lord and laugh. Have joy in your relationship with God.
Yeah.
And the Bible talks about how the joy of the Lord is your strength. So we want to empower you as you go out this week. Be strengthened in your joy and be full of joy, and you're going to realize how much strength there really is in that. So
should I make up like a children's Sunday school sign language for when you're talking? The joy of the Lord is your strength. And be full of...
I said, Skip, what do you think joy is? He goes, I think it's a word for a Christmas song.
Joy to the world.
That was helpful.
Okay.
The Lord has come.
I'll stop. I never sing the lyrics right. I sing them how I want to.
That's good. You can make up your own.
Because I'm full of joy.
You are joyful. You guys bring us joy. Thanks for joining us. We love you.
We out. Peace.
Have a wonderful week. Find us on social media. Let's be social
right here,
together.
You can't see my hand right
Socialize.
now, but I'm pointing at like this little board that we have. Let me see if I can lift it up a little bit.
No.
See? And Beth puts a couple like bullet point notes to help keep us on track, because you can see that we kind of go on and off
Rabbit
track.
trails, yeah.
She skimmed over one, and we'll talk about that a different day. When our kids asked about kissing and where babies come from.
Yeah, we've had the talk before, but we'll tell you about the talk 2.0 that we had with our kids this week. We brought it next level. Very joyful one.
Can leave you on a cliffhanger on that one.
Dun, dun, dun.
Love you guys.
Have a great week. Bye.